Okay guys, so the first posture for our warm-up, we're going to bring our feet back, we're going to push through our toes, and we'll come up to downward dog. In this position you can keep your legs straight. If your hamstrings are feeling tight, you can bend at the knees, making it a little bit easier for yourselves. This is the first posture. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we'll come down onto our knees, nice and gentle. Hands come forward into our second posture. This is called child's pose. Hips back, keeping your arms straight. Holding again for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then gently come up. Bring your hands back. Your hands are going to be just beneath your shoulders. Wrist, elbow and shoulders in line. Toes pushing into the ground. And we raise the knees. This is engaging our core. Keeping our back straight. And our arms straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down. And to transition back to downward dog, we bring our knees back. Again, pushing through the toes, keeping your arms straight. Hips come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees gently come down. Hands come forward. Hips go back. Keeping your arms straight. Feeling a stretch through your upper back and spine. 3, 2, 1. Coming up. Hands come back under the shoulders. We're going to push into our mat, keeping our arms straight, and our knees come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down, toes go back. Going back to downward dog, hips come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently bring your knees down. Hands come forward, feet are flat, hips go back. Sink into the stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up. Hands come back beneath your shoulders. From here, push into your mat. Knees come up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees relax. Okay, next part guys, we're going to do some standing postures. So, from standing, the first posture we go into is called the L stand. So from here, we're keeping our legs straight, or as straight as we can. Bring our hips back. And we want our spine to stay nice and straight and strong. We don't want it to start to arch. Okay, so keep it strong. Have a little bend in the knees if you feel you need to. And from here, all we're going to do is bring our knees forward as we open up our hands. This is a hinge, and we're opening up at the chest. And from here, we're going to close back. We're going to bring our hands down, and our knees go back, and we rest our hands on our knees. We're going to flow through this movement about 12 times. All we're going to do from here, from legs straight, we bend the knees forward and we open up. Really stretch through the chest, and then we close back. Bring the hips back. Knees forward, open the chest, and close. And then open, keeping a nice tight spine. And back. Open. And back. So just a gentle flow. Working through the knees. Opening the chest. Try and breathe in as we close. Breathe in. And then out as we open. Two more. Just one more. Really open up the chest. And stand and relax. From here, I want you to stand just in the centre of your mat. We're going to transition into some lunging. First one is going to be warrior lunge. So all we're doing, keeping our left foot where it is, our right foot's coming out, we're bending at the knee. We're trying to open up our hips here. Left foot will be pointing forward, right foot pointing out. You If you feel comfortable here, you can also raise your arms. Try and get them in line with your shoulders. This requires a bit more balance, a bit more strength for your shoulders. From here, we transition to split stance. That right foot's going to turn in. We can relax our hands. And from here, we transition to the left side. Right foot stays where it is. Left foot turns out. We bend that left knee. So we're going for warrior two on the left side. We're only holding for a few seconds. Arms up if you feel you can. And then you turn that left foot in, back to split stance. And we go back to that right side. Turn that right foot out, bend at the knee. Open your arms if you can. Just feel that bend. Transition to the split. Left side. Remember to breathe. Transition to the middle. Right side. To the centre. Left side. Now really going to focus on our breathing as we go here. So what we're going to do, come to centre, we're going to breathe in, and we're going to breathe out and go to the right. Breathe in, breathe out to the left. Breathe in, and out. In, and out. Two more. Breathe in. Long breath out. Breathe in. Long breath out. Breathe in. Hold that split stance. Breathe out. Now we're going to our second lunge. So what we're going to do here, have your feet together to start with. I want you to step your right foot back and bend that left leg. So we're holding just a half lunge here. And we're going to transition that right leg, it's going to stand out. So we have a split in our legs. We're going to have a lot of tension here building up in your left leg. We're just holding for a few seconds. This is just working on hip and knee strength. 3, 2, 1, and I want you to relax. Bring your feet together, left foot back, have a bend in the right knee. Hold this for a couple of seconds just so you feel comfortable in this lunge. And then when your leg feels strong and your foot's planted into the ground, bring that left foot out. Try and keep the left foot planted on the ground. You don't have to go too wide. Stay fairly close just to the outside of the hip, trying to keep the left leg straight, but maintaining that bend in your right knee. You'll find it easier if you have good posture and a strong spine. So you can hold onto the hips and stay nice and strong and breathe. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do that again, one time each side. Right foot comes back, bend at the knee. When you feel comfortable, transition to a right side split. Just 3 more seconds here. Straighten your legs, bring them back together. Right foot planted into the ground, left foot goes back now. Bend that right knee, maintain this lunge. When you feel comfortable, we transition to the split. Trying to keep our foot planted on the ground. Feel increased tension here across your quad. Just maintain this stance, building up strength. Three, 2, 1, relax. Okay guys, now we're going into our plank positions. So from here, just come forward with your mat, making sure our hands are just beneath our shoulders. We bring our feet out, hips up. This is the full plank. We're going to hold here, trying to build some strength through your shoulder, through your scapula. Try and maintain a straight spine, straight legs. Imagine there's a steel rod running all the way through your body. Breathing allows us to stay strong in this position. Breathe in and out. Now, when you bring your knees down, make sure your knees are centered around your hips and your hands are maintaining beneath your shoulders. From here, what we're going to do, I want you to sink your chest down, bring your hips up, and then we're going to breathe in and come up through the spine. Then we breathe out and we sink. So the stretch going up is called the cat, and the stretch coming down is called the cat. We're going to flow through this move about 8 more times. Breathing in, and then out. In, and out. In, and out. One more. Okay, now bring our spine back to neutral. Move your hands a bit if you feel you need to. They can build a bit of tension when we're holding these postures. So from here, what we're going to do is called a 50-50 plank. We're going to alternate our hand and our feet. So our right hand's going to start by coming forward, and then our left leg is going to straighten out. This will test your balance. If you really feel you need to, you can bend at the knee. We're just trying to raise it off the ground, just like our right hand. We only hold for a few seconds, and then we come back to centre, and then we swap over. Left hand out, right leg out, stretching, trying to reach to the top. And then we're going to bring our hand back. We touch the ground first before we transition over to the other side. The stable leg, we're making sure our toes are on the ground. Keeping a straight spine. Back to centre, transition to the left. We do about 10 repetitions in total. So we're coming down, right side. Left side, breathe in. Gently breathe out and come down. Breathe in. And up. In. And out. In. And we have 2 more. In. And out. In. And out. So from our box position, we'll go back to our full plank. If you feel you need to at this point, you can sit on your heels and breathe. Move the fingers. Rotate through the wrists. So first exercise for the balance component, guys. What we want to do is first get into what's called a box lunge. So from here, our knee and ankle are in line. Both our legs are about 90 degrees in relation to our hips. And I want you to first feel comfortable here, maintaining strength in the legs. How we transition here, our hands are going to come behind our head, and all we're going to do, we're going to keep a nice uptight spine, and we're just going to slightly bend to the right, using our elbows to guide us, and then we come up to centre and we slightly bend to the left. Okay? So you can follow with me, we're going to go for 10 each side and I'm going to change legs. So we're going to slightly bend to the right, back to centre and bend to the left. We're going to breathe in to come to centre and breathe out to come to the right. In and out. In and out. and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. 3 more. In and out. In and out. 1 more. Breathe in and to the left, out. Now relax. Bring the hands down. Bring your knees back. Have a rest here if you need to. And when you feel comfortable, bring them coming straight up. Bring that right foot forward. Again, make sure you're stable in this box position. And when you feel ready, hands behind your head. We'll start going to the left side now. So we're going to go to the left. Then breathe in, come to the centre. And then breathe out, go to go back. In and out. In and out. In. 3 more. Last one. To the right. To the centre. Relax, bring your arms down. Bring your feet back. Take a breath here. When you feel ready, gently come to standing. Bring your feet just wider than your hips. We're going to have a half squat to start with. So all we're going to do is bring your knees out and drop your hips. But we're staying with our hips above our knees, making sure your spine is nice and strong. And from here, all we're going to try to do is we'll come to the balls of our foot. Try not to straighten the legs too much, try and maintain that knee bend, and then come down. To regress this, if you feel it's too much for your balance, one at a time, we raise the heel. You could use this movement just to warm up the knees a bit. And when you feel comfortable, try and do it together. I find holding on to my upper thigh gives me a bit more support. You might find the hips help. Whatever helps you guys to maintain that balance, which trying to work on improving balance, coordination through the hip, through the ankles. One more time each side. Relax, you come to standing. Move your ankle a bit if you feel you need to. You might find some tightness building up there. Okay guys, this is the last component of our practice today. It's a bit of mindfulness, a bit of breathing, just to relax us and get us prepared for the rest of the day. So what I want you to do, I want you to gently come down to your mat. Assume a seated position. Bring your knees out and have your feet facing each other. If you feel more comfortable, you can bring one foot over your leg. This will require you to have a bit of mobility from the hips. So if you don't feel comfortable in this position, revert to the first position I showed you. And from here, you want to try and keep a strong spine. Your hands, you can place them wherever feels comfortable. You keep on your knees, you keep them down. I'm not going to overthink it here. So what I want you to start with is just engaging the lungs by breathing in and long breaths out. In and out. As we breathe in, we're expanding the lungs, expanding the chest. Long breath out. As you exhale, think you just relax every muscle, relax and calm our minds. Breathe in. Long breaths out. Breathe in. Long breaths out. If you want to guys, you can close your eyes and just continue with your breaths. And and down. We'll do a couple more together. Big breath in, long breath out. One more. Long breath out. Okay, from here guys, feel free to carry on your own with those breaths. Take as much time for your own mindfulness as you like. I hope you enjoyed today's yoga and enjoy the rest of your day.